What you are seeing is a 2U rack mount chassis with a pair of 8cm ARGB fans, along with a fancy fan controller with a screen. The name of the case is a bit mouthful. It's Silverstone RM23-502-MINI. In this video, I am going to show you a build progress with the chassis. This chassis is 15 liters, meaning it can be considered as a small form factor case. The major downside of this chassis is the fact that you can use only 8cm fans, but it is the hard limit of a 2U server case. In a typical server environment, they'd use server-grade fans with at least 6000 RPM. The height limit for a CPU cooler is 70mm but 65mm, and below is recommended because you need to give some breathing area atop of a cooler. There is something very important when choosing a rack mount chassis. It's that the power supply location should be on the left. Sometimes, a chassis will have a power supply location on the right. Such a layout should be avoided. Why? That's due to cable management. In a home lab setup where you use desktop components, having a power supply on the left is going to help a lot, because both CPU and main power sockets will be very close to the power supply if it's installed on the left, which helps with cable management later. In this build, I am also using a SFX power supply to free up even more space. A general and common issue with a rack mount build using desktop components is oversized VRM heatsinks on motherboards. It is avoidable if you pick cheap motherboards. The reason why oversized VRM heatsink is a problem is that they block airflow. Unfortunately, you can see that the motherboard I am using has oversized heatsinks on it. You may also opt to not install the I/O shield for additional airflow. What you are looking at is a fan controller with a small screen and a USB hub. The hub is more important because you can't easily access the back of your rack mount PC. All business must be done from its front. Thus, the hub is more or less required. The fan controller is not exactly required but adds a nice touch to otherwise dull front. It's a straightforward build with very little complications. The cable management is a mess, but there is nothing much to be done here. If the power supply was on the other side, it would have been worse. It should be possible to add a pair of 40mm fans right above the VRM heatsink. With the fan controller, it should be easy. Building a rack mount PC is not for everyone, but it does have certain charms. For example, I love seeing how organized rack mount PCs are, at least from outside. The back of it is a pure mess of cable hell though. 1U is for hardcore users due to thermal and height limit. 2U is the sweet spot where you can use the majority of desktop components. 3U is awkward for not being able to use a proper GPU. 4U is basically a tower case laid down horizontally like good old 80s. Well, thank you for watching and see you next time.